Websites and social media. When you visit a website, your use of that website is governed by their terms and conditions and their privacy policy. Given these are often long and difficult to read, I recommend instead taking a look at the aptly named website, Terms of Service Didn't Read. Here you'll find an easy-to-read legal summary for the most popular websites. You should review your online account privacy options regularly, as options are liable to change without notice. Perhaps set yourself a 6-monthly calendar reminder. Your Google account settings are well worth your time and attention. For example, Google now compiles a list of the products you've bought based on what it knows about you from Gmail and other sources. And everywhere you've ever been is tracked by Google Maps unless you advise it otherwise. These may or may not be a positive value proposition for you. Another thing to look out for is being tracked even after you log out. This is done by online services that have reach across the internet with advertising networks or web services. In this example, someone who hadn't logged into Facebook for 2 years could view a history of their activity over that time in their Facebook account settings. LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft, has a similar off-site tracking setting you should turn off. And as discussed, uBlock Origin and Firefox containers are your friends when it comes to blocking such tracking activity. With websites generally, the name of the game is to minimize sharing your data, which is something the website owner should also be doing from a GDPR compliance perspective. With some web services, you'll find it important to take account of what country's law applies in the terms and conditions to assess the privacy risk. It's best not to let websites remember your credit card details, given the continuous risk from hackers. In particular, avoid revealing very personal details, like your mother's maiden name, that might be used to access your high-security services, like online bank accounts. Just because they ask for a maiden name doesn't mean you have to supply the correct one. Pay particular attention not to sign up for unwanted marketing communications. And finally, diversify as much as possible the websites and services you use to minimize single vendor profiling. You may wish to consider using decentralized social media services such as Mastodon or Diaspora. These are privacy-friendly and have most of the features of big tech social networks. If you can convince a small group of friends to switch, then maybe others will follow. The network effect.